So the people of renown that are talked about in the Bible, whom are the giants that ruled the earth back then, are actually the rulers of back then, whom are the rulers of today. You see, guys, when we talk about the people of renown in the Bible, we're talking about the people who understood the 12 virtues and the 12 principles. We're talking about spirits that come here in souls to create a mind they basically developed a greater awareness and a greater brain than yours. And when we talk about the brain, we're not just talking about the brain here, the left brain and the right hemisphere. We're also talking about the guts. We're talking about the heart. Your whole body is the Bible. Remember that. Your whole body is the scripture. Your whole body is the stars. You're made of the same elements as stardust. You're made of the same elements as what's around you. So you're just a copy and a replica of that. But when we talk about the great men of renown of old whom live today, these people understand how your body works better than you. They understand how to entertain you better than you. They basically understand all there is to know about psychology. In fact, they are the people who created psychology and created the intellectual property called psychology. They are the people who created the intellectual property known as medicine, politics, anything that you see today, even computers and tablets. These people created those intellectual properties, but they're not better than us. Those are just spirits that keep coming back to Earth that want to rule over you. So, for example, anybody that says, "Oh, they're Egyptians or Cushites or whatever," yeah, you might have been a part of that race, but you wasn't the ruler of that race. Meaning, you wasn't the one who was creating the intellectual properties to run the race. So the religion, the Cushites, the people didn't own that. The rulers of that society owned that, and they used that to rule over the people. So anybody that says, "Oh, we want to be Egyptians," or "we're the true Greeks," or "we're this and this and that," you're basically just saying you want to rule over your own people. Now, I'm not getting into if that's right or wrong, because right or wrong is just subjective, and that is up to you to decide and correlate to your reality. But just remember, when we talk about the men and women of great renown, we're talking about the people who mastered these 12 virtues, who learn them way better than you, who understand the sacred geometry way better than you. And you wonder why you're in the position that you're in? You wonder why you're stuck paying a bill? You're wondering why your SIN number is owned or is written in corporations that use you as a form of a lease, because you are a number in a system and you are a collateral. Your flesh is a collateral that they use to borrow money and exchange money and things like that. But these are things that are deep within the system that the average person can't see. See, most of you guys will get lost in the witchcraft. Most of you guys will get lost in the TV shows. Most of you guys would get lost in what they present and how they present it. When you really understand witchcraft, you will come to understand that even the colors that are being presented to you, those are being used to witchcraft you. Now, imagine if you understand what letters were. Imagine if you understand what sacred geometry was. Imagine if you understand what was the day moon of today, what times we're traveling to. Because we are surrounded by other bodies of water, and we're on Earth, and we are viewing the sun and the moon. Now, based on the location of the sun and the moon and the other planets like Mars and Saturn and Pluto and things like that, these things create alignments, and these alignments have effects on us because they are washing us over. We are getting washed by these lights. And the better mind you create, you're able to ride the waves and frequencies of those lights and not manifest catastrophic situations and things like that. So that's what those people, the men of great renown, have learned to do. And it goes beyond that. It just depends how far you want to go with your mind. But you have to understand though, if you want to get out of this realm, if you want to get out of this prison, this space, you will have to go far with your mind. Meaning you're going to have to go to a space that people are afraid of experiencing. That's why people say a known hell is better than an unknown heaven, because your mind hasn't went to that unknown space yet. So you don't know the possibilities that exist further out there. But you have to be able to fly your mind, which is a spaceship, in those directions. So understand that when we talk about the great men of renown, we're not talking about actual physical giants that rule the earth. They're giants in terms of the size of their brains. That's why in the Quran, for example, you have myths about Yaqub being this big brained black dude. But those are, don't take those things literally. I don't give, they ain't no alien looking motherfuckers with like a big ass head. No, they're just making allegories about the size of their membranes, the memories they have stored. Because when you go to another body, which is another vessel, you take those previous membranes like a bag of Doritos. Like just like you carry a bag of Doritos, you carry your chips, and your chips are your program that you plug into your reality. So you're never really you never really forgot anything. You just got lost in the witchcraft and you don't know how to remember yourself, but you do remember yourself because you're playing out your old self and you're trying to create a new self to go into, because you know that old self put you in catastrophic situations and things like that, but they trying to keep you guys in that. They're trying to keep you guys stuck in that, and they don't want you guys to travel far because they're having fun ruling over you guys. They're having fun ruling over. This is the funniest shit to them ever, and I can't blame them. This shit is funny. If I was running this shit with them, I'd be laughing too. Real shit. So it ain't about hating them, and it ain't about trying to be better than them. It's just about doing what you do so good that man and woman, thoughts and feelings have no choice but to be attracted to your presence and to your message. Real shit.